And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those Guys.
Welcome.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, Bill, Coast to Coast Drones. Matt Bagwell said he hopes we have a good live stream tonight. He might try and hop on later. He's got some family things going on. Place it here. Hello, how are you? Yes, prayers for you, Matt Bagwell. Hope it's nothing too severe. Drone Psych, what's good, man? Saw you twice in one day. JSK,
What's up,
how are you?
guys?
Happy
What's up?
Sunday. What's up, Herman?
I'm good. You know,
Happy Sunday to you as well. SJM, Drones
Can't
and Media.
complain.
Good evening.
How you guys all doing out there in the chat?
Yes. How are you guys doing?
JSK.
For those of you who don't know, I probably will mention it a few
SMJ,
times.
what's up, man?
I will mention it a few times. I was analog for life.
Okay.
And today she had her maiden flight. And it was exhilarating. It was definitely exhilarating. Just so exhilarating that Drone Psych and Paulie Drone Bum came out here to fly, and I was like, look, I got to have a maiden voyage before I try to take that thing down to Florida. So today was it. They came by and hung out with me for a while. This morning we were on Drone Bum's live stream, and I'm so hot. I'm actually eating an icy.
So she's got her airworthiness.
Hold on.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's a pina colada icy. It's an adult icy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
good to go now. You done got yourself a new woman. You know. So.
You know what? It's funny you say that. This drone is a TBS Source 1, 7-inch.
Yeah.
This was my very first real FPV build. Remember, I had one built. Gino built it for me.
Right.
First time. This thing has had 3 rebuilds. She's like the bionic man. She keeps going, and now she's digital. Okay. And I'm happy with it because that was always the issue.
And here's the thing. You converted that one yourself, right?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Drone Psych is a witness.
Blowing the place up.
Drone Bummer witnesses. This is my first ever digital bird. I installed the unit right there. You can see right there. And no problems, no fires, no birds were killed in the act of this. No animals were harmed. Robert Glazier, what's up, man? So sort of like in celebration. Actually, my nephew told me I could have it, so
okay.
I figured.
Yeah, they you know, it's funny, they have them at the liquor store.
You
know,
not around here.
Oh, I don't know.
This was imported from 2 towns over.
The place I go to.
Fly Guy Merle, good evening to you.
Different flavors.
Yeah. I'm not big on pina colada, but
I think it's like a box of 6 or 12 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something weird like that.
Yeah.
But I want to say happy Sunday to everybody. I am not fully digital yet, but I did have my first digital experience today, and I enjoyed it.
Wait. Hold on. What do you mean you're not fully digital?
I'll be fully digital when I convert the other 8 rigs I have.
Oh, the whole fleet. I got you. All right, no problem.
Yeah. I'm digital. I'm digital. Trust me. Right. I'm digital. I'm just not fully
digital, right. You're digital. You're hit.
I'm still flying digital and analog. FYI.
Hey, Fly Guy, what's up, man?
Anyway, happy Sunday. This thing is sweet. Happy Sunday to you guys out there. Hope you all had just a great day. Like I said, drone
Well, it was
psych and
nice weather, except for the wind. But other than that,
yeah, the wind is whipping out there now. We were
I
lucky
I had some
when
things to take
Charlie
care of.
and Paul drone bomb were
Oh
out here
well,
this morning. We got the sun early.
well, yeah, because
Yep.
you guys were out there, right after the rooster calls.
hmm I might have heard the Easter crowing while I was going to meet them. I left the house at 5:30. It took me like 25 minutes to get there where they were, but it was fun. When I got there, Paulie, drone bum was walking up. He was driving up, and I was walking to the exit of the park, and I'm like, well, I'll just wait for him to get here. Remember, Lawrence, you still have that rapid fire BDI. I know I'm not fully digital yet, but when you see the BDI unit go off of the front of my goggles, that will mean I'm totally digital. It'll take some time though.
So what
Also,
does it take to get rid of that?
that BDI unit,
Yeah.
I would need. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'd need seven more Vista units. I need at least seven more. I say 8 as a spare because I might build one in between, from
Good
scratch.
luck.
Sunset Sweden, how are you, man? Good evening to you.
Hey, what's up, man?
Victorino is his
Yes.
name.
Yeah,
I remember. Okay. What's good with you, man?
I'm good. I mean, I've been doing little things here and there. Mailed out some papers. A lot of papers mailing out.
Yeah, I know how it is. Well, I hope all you guys out there in the chat are doing well. I'm estimating pretty soon people in Australia should be waking up and coming into the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that we are starting to develop a fan base somewhere in Southern Africa as well. Whoever it is.
In Southern Africa?
Whoever it is, they come in and they just watch the stream, but we get a lot of that here.
Africa.
Hmm?
There's a lot of Southern Africa.
I know. That's all the logistics will tell me. South Africa.
Oh, South Africa, the country.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all the analytics would tell me, that someone's been popping in and out randomly when we do Sunday shows.
Okay.
Johnny Mac from Ireland. There we go.
Well, everyone is welcome.
Speaking about demographics, I've come to realize we're starting to develop a larger fan base outside of the United States. I mean, it's starting to balance off. I won't say it's even right now. We have more listeners and supporters here in the United States, but at one time it was one-sided.
Okay.
So good evening to you, Johnny Mac. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday to you all. It is March 20th, 2022. Really? Sunday. Oh, Scotland, close. I was close. No, okay. I was in the hemisphere. I'm sorry, Johnny Mac. I apologize for that. But I hope you guys have gotten a chance to fly. As the seasons change, it's going into the winter season in Australia and that part of the world. And here it's going into the spring season. In fact, today officially is the first day of spring here in the United States.
You can't prove that.
You're right. I can only go by what they said.
No, but right. I was going to tell you, how everybody's been anticipating drones and everybody's been talking about the drones that has come out and having a good old time with it. And, the funny part is the top of the heap, I think it always seems to have the most issues and could possibly have the most issues because of it having the most, supposedly having to be the best. But you know, the Mavic 3 with the issue that seems to still plague everyone is that you know, acquiring satellites. And it's funny.
Big man.
You and I, yeah, I see Big Matt over there. What's good, Big Matt? You and I have, you know, going out to fly a few times with it, and you know, we've gone a lot of places. It's funny because it was one time you were pretty much done, and I was just taking off. You
Yeah,
know,
that's scary.
And the area over by, you know, about that Calvert Box in the parking lot seems to be the spot with a acquiring satellite in that parking lot. It seems to be the longest spot, but you know, it's funny. You know,
I don't know
it's funny.
what they plan on doing about it. They claim that there is a firmware update that they can do to fix it.
Well, hey, let's see.
I would tend to believe so.
We'll see. We shall see. We shall see.
What's good, Big Matt? Hope all is well. We didn't hear from you. You were supposed to go flying yesterday. I didn't hear from you yesterday. But it worked out for the better because I got to stay local and I got to prepare my bird. The TPU came. I put the drone together. We were on the phone together, Herman. You know.
Yeah.
I was working on the drone early. And actually, while we were talking, I was switching out cameras. I stole a part off of one drone to make something fit. And then I repaired that drone. I flew that drone today, Herman. The one the camera, the spacers that I took out from that camera and put on this one. Yeah, I flew both of them today, analog and digital.
Okay.
But like everyone says, if you have analog and digital, fly the analog first. Because if you put on the digital, you can I'm not flying that. You're like, no, that's okay. I'm not. And I see what everyone's talking about. And what's cool is I'm still on Crossfire, so I still get the range that I want. I did a 1 mile trip without even trying. It was a half mile there and a half mile back. And what's the matter, man? Sleepy?
Who?
It looked like
I'm listening to you.
Huh?
I'm listening to you.
Oh, well, Drone Psych also did a little run down that same beach. Charlie, you guys know him as Charlie. He did the same run. We were on Beach 9th, and we went all the way out to the point at the beginning of the inlet from Beach 9th there. So that was a good little run.
Oh, that's where you went to. I thought you were over by the park.
We were in Bayswater. We were in the park. We were there first. Drone Bum, Paulie was supposed to do his morning live stream, but forgetting, you know how the park is exactly on that 0 altitude line and 400 altitude line. We were just hey, Michael Blades, we were just on the 0 altitude. So we moved to one part of the park and his bird locked up. It wouldn't take off. So we went back to the benches, to the bleachers, and flew FPV for a little while. I got to test out my drone that lights up. FYI, it's too bright. You have to use filters to look at it at night because all you see is a bright blur on video. So now that's got to be done. I'm going to do that over with my Osmo Pocket too.
Okay, but what does the video look like from the camera?
A blur. All you saw was a fuzz. It looked like a giant blue cotton ball flying around. Jody, what's good?
You know what I think the problem is?
I saw Michael Blades. I saw someone. Gary went live. What happened?
Here's what I think the problem could be. Too many lights.
It's just one light around the entire base of the drone.
Okay.
The entire footprint of the drone
is
engulfed in a fiber optic.
I got you.
Yeah, so what happens is, hold on,
I got what you're saying.
I have right here. What happens is, you see all where there's white?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that all lights up.
Mm-hmm.
So now I go like this, almost blinded, and the camera, wait a minute, the camera can't pick it up. There we go. But that's
So,
basically, oh, this is all you see is a big blur. I don't know how I can do that. There we go. All you see is a big blur. You don't even see this RDQ. You don't see it on camera. But I got to fly her and test her out. I did a maiden flight with her. I'm happy. Today was a good day to fly. Jody said it warmed up to 60 degrees. Michael
well,
Blake, they had a meetup in Rhode Island. What were
well,
you going to say?
here's what you can do with it. You can
Hey,
use that.
PSK.
You can use that to fly beyond visual line of sight, like to go into caves and stuff like that. Because
Yeah. Light up the whole cave.
yeah, it'll light up the cave. You'll be able to see just fine after that.
Yeah, you're right.
You can only fly that thing in some place that's dark.
Mm-hmm. But as far as getting video footage of it, I'm going to use my Osmo
You can't
Pocket. I'm
get
going to
any
turn.
video footage off of it.
Well, oh, yes, I did get footage off of it. But you can see, you could
Huh?
see, hold on. Let me look really quick and see if I do have footage
Okay.
of it, but it was light out. Hold on. Let me just mute it first so you guys don't hear, and stop it. Hold on. We'll go back here. But this is how light it was. And I'm going to show you. I look into the camera and you'll see right here. This is it right here. The sun was just starting to come up
Mm-hmm.
and the lights are on and I turn blue looking into the camera. There's a blue haze here on the edges of the camera when it
Mm-hmm.
takes off. But while flying, it doesn't seem to bother me. It seems fine. I would imagine in pitch darkness, I could still see a light hue here and here in the lower corners, but I don't care about that. So that's neither here nor there. But yeah, the drone psych and them, we
Okay.
came to this park first, and that was it. And then we went over to the beach. Drone psych and Paul, drone bum,
Mm-hmm.
both went. It was foggy, but it burned off. Yeah, Michael Blade said that they had a meetup this morning. Gary went live. Your boy Mark Fisher was out there like Channel 7 News with the Ronin and, and the camera with the floodlight and everything. So they had fun. I saw two unique typhoons there.
Okay.
Guys were taking off. It was like a little mini meetup they had, which is good. So that means you guys got a chance to fly. And anytime you get a chance to fly in a hobby or something you love, that
Oh
makes it
yeah, get out there and get it.
what's happening.
No, I said, oh yeah, get out there and get it.
Yeah, the weather's changing. It's getting nicer. Eventually, you won't have an excuse. And then the next excuse, Herman, will be, "Oh, it's too hot, man. Are you crazy? It's gonna hit 100 today." Bob Casey, how are you, man? What's good? Hope all is well.
It's funny. That's only the guys that live in the cold weather states that sit around and complain about, yo, it's so damn cold, so cold, so cold. And then when it gets warm, damn man, it's gonna be over 80 degrees today. Shit, I better get out early, get my flight in. And those days
Mm-hmm.
come when it's gonna be 90 degrees. Shit, 90 degrees? I ain't going out there, man. It's too hot.
How many times have we been out and we're like, "Yo, I'm glad we finishing now. It's starting to get hot."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. I don't mind
Just bring
flying.
some extra shirts or something like that if it's that hot.
Shirts, towels, and everything else under the sun. You remember we got caught in High Bridge Park. What is that? what is that what is that park
Where?
down below, under the highway?
Which,
Bridge Park.
in where? In Manhattan? In the
And up
Bronx?
in the yeah, in the Bronx.
Oh, Bridge Park.
Yeah, that is Bridge Park. Okay. Well, remember that day we just broke a sweat just walking from the car into the park?
It's a walk.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It was beaming out there. Anyway, happy Sunday to you guys. Hope all is well. Hope you got a chance to fly this weekend. If not, to better days. And I wanted to talk about
Who?
company you guys are familiar with out there,
Who?
Skydio.
What about
Skydio right now, and they can claim this. You know how drone companies claim they're the best drone company in their part of the hemisphere and stuff like that? Well, Skydio can
them?
claim this because Skydio is a US made drone. Okay, so the story goes US autonomous drone maker Skydio expands their world class autonomy team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know who was on their team in the beginning. I can't see the chat. So, but I don't know who was on their team in the beginning, but I know it was these two one doctor, David Scaramuzza, and Professor Mark Muller at Berkeley, at UC Berkeley and the University of Zurich. They're both from. And they have 4 new names to add to the team of Skydio that helps make this drone autonomous. And all it goes on to say is, I'll read their names first. Together, David, Nathan, Philip, Elia bring with an incredible wealth of building experience, cutting edge flying robotics, pushing the limits of agile maneuverability, tightly coupled with perception planning and physically interacting with their environment. These guys all specialize, and what I mean is they have a little bio here on these guys that have joined the team at Skydio. The guy Dave Falanga, I hope I'm not ruining his name. He has a little bio right here. Listen to this. I'm currently an autonomy engineer at Skydio, because they just hired him, focusing on motion planning, control for vision-based quad rotors precisely. I was a lift level 5 working on planning and decision making for self-driving cars. So he left the company of Lyft, the car taxi company and all of that. I don't know what level 5 is. I'm assuming it's better than level 4 through 1. But he used to work for them, and he left them to go to Skydio to work on vision-based quad rotors, meaning, I guess, the sensors and sensor sections and stuff like that. Now, this next guy that's coming in, Nathan, it takes a little while because one goes to one person's website, one goes to something that they put on
This guy
Skydio's page.
Nathan Bucky.
Yes, but Nathan says, I'm currently employed as an autonomy engineer at Skydio, where I will be helping develop next generation algorithms required for safe autonomous flight. Okay, in the past, I've been interested in dynamics and control of novel aerial designs that allow for increased stability, agility during flight. Basically, he's there for the body design and shape. He specializes in body design and shape and air agility at the same time.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because he'll be working straight alongside with this with David.
Exactly, because Dave is in the sensor department.
Right, but in an actual motion sensory, because what
Hey, Angie.
actual high speed motion sensory, because
yes, hey Gary.
This is where his expertise comes in.
Now,
and being able and working with the logistics on the high speed motion sensor.
Now, to show you how all 4 of these people
I was
come together.
reading the thing on the guy too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't think of
checking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was checking them out.
I didn't think about clicking on the name, and some said click on the name. So now we know that David is working on sensors and high-speed sensors and agility. Nathan's working on body design and body agility. Philip Fowen is the third person that they've picked on. Now this shows how young he is. He says, ever since I played with Lego as a little child, I've been fascinated with automation, robots, and teaching machines to be useful in general. Nowadays, to summarize my passion, the science of efficient machine comprehensible problem formulation.
Hold on a second.
If that makes any sense to you, and to me, it sounds like he's working on the chips and the brain part that will calculate this see and avoid systems that are being put together.
What
But
makes you think that shows how young he is?
because he played with Lego?
Yeah.
I didn't have Lego. All right,
You
here.
have Lego?
I know. Here, look at this dude's face. I'll
You
put his
have
face
Lego?
up real quick. Hold on.
I had
Dude's
Lego.
young. Yeah, dude's young. Huh?
I had Lego.
You had the first versions of Lego that used to snap together and take off pieces of your skin.
We used to be able to build big buildings and houses and all kinds of things with the Lego.
Well, the third person, Elia, that's been taken on, it says about me, I'm a PhD student at the Robotics and Perception Group, which is he's now also working for SkyDO. Okay, I've received my master's degree in robotics, systems, and control from ETH Zurich. Okay. And my research interests lie in a combination of machine learning methods with training, planning, and control for autonomous systems. So machine learning, AI, traditional planning and control, meaning the AI has to say, if I'm moving at this speed forward, I have to plan my move to avoid this obstacle. Autonomous. So their autonomous obstacle avoidance system, I guess he would be working with the guy with sensors like David.
Yeah.
Basically. But go ahead. Drone bum, Paulie, what's good?
We all found out that the obstacle avoidance works very well on the Mavic 3, right?
Oh, yes. On the Mavic 3, on the Air 2S.
Well, we flew the Mavic 3 right at us and it went around.
Yeah, and it went right around us. And I thought you did that, and you was like, no, I was pushing forward and it did it. And you backed up and did it. Yeah. If those of you don't try this at home, kids. Hey Gary, what's good? My Legos were made of rocks. See? I had Lincoln logs, dude. I had the erector set that was made out of metal that was just sharp edges. You cut yourself, you get tetanus shot, you lick your wound, and you keep building. A little plastic Lego shit.
I had
Now my relatives, my siblings, they may have had, but I didn't have that. Hey, Drone Bum, thanks for coming out, man. It was fun hanging with you guys. And I told Charlie, Drone Psych, why did you guys let me think next week was Friday? Because I'm all morning I'm saying I can't fly with you guys. Next week I'm leaving for Florida, blah, blah, blah. They must have been laughing inside.
Check this out. So what happened? Your parents used to just give you just 2x4s and plywood? So you go play with that?
Well, my grandfather was a jack of all trades, but I do remember Lincoln logs, and I do remember seeing some pieces of erector sets, metal erector sets, and having screws and bolts. I do remember that. I also remember the chemistry set that had actual chemicals in it that died and did shit that you could damage in a house.
Right.
You know?
And you know what? And now look at the problems out there with all these crazy people.
You're right, though.
How many of them had one of those erector sets or those with the metal with the sprayed chemicals on it, and those
Listen.
and those what do you call it? You had there
The Lincoln logs with Oh,
your chemistry sets.
oh, the chemistry said, yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
how
it
many of
had
them kids
dyes.
went? How many of those kids was tasting stuff like that back in the day? You think
Rushed to the hospital. They had to. They had to because there was stuff in there that they were like cautious. Don't open unless an
it's like
adult is around. Type chemicals in it. I
it's
remember.
like
It had the little 3 window microscope. Could you
and it
imagine one
wasn't so
drop?
bad, so they just didn't say nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Corey Mano, did you play with lawn darts, dude? Lawn, oh shit. I'm not back. I was born in the '60s. Not I'm that's a '60s game, Corey. He got jokes because he's young. He could get away with that because he's young. Did you play lawn darts? That's funny. Definitely had fun messing with your internal calendar. Oh, so they did realize that I kept saying
What happened?
next week I could because Charlie Drone Psych said, "Yo, I want to come out next week. I'm
Mhm.
gonna come out next week," and I'm like, "Oh, I won't be here, man. I'll next week. I'll be in Florida already."
Mhm.
Said goodbye the whole day. I'm thinking next week is Friday. Said later to him, "Yo,
Well,
I'll see you when we get back."
it's a
And
Friday at the end of the week, you know.
I know. It's okay.
What's up?
No, facts are drawn. Robert Glazer says, but hey, Paulie, I hope he wasn't an ass. LOL. Nah, Paulie was cool.
Who?
Paulie's always cool, man. He's down to earth. Him and Charlie were fun to hang with. We talked about everybody that wasn't there. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We did not. We definitely did not. We did get our fly on though. We did have fun flying. Like I said, I got the maiden voyage, my digital bird,
Mhm.
and I'm happy with that. I got to fly my drone with lights. I'm happy with that, so I can fly analog and digital down in Florida.
Okay.
No, I didn't realize it either. Yeah, Charlie told me he was. That's why Charlie was saying, "Yeah, I'm going to Niagara next week." He's really going the week we're going to Florida. I even had Charlie thinking that it was next week. Hey, hey, this shit happens. That's what it is.
You know what
But I'm
that
glad
is?
you guys came out. I had fun. Seriously.
That slowly
Like getting back to this, if Skydio is hiring these guys, okay, they
yeah.
already are the number one leading US drone manufacturer because they are the only one. Well, no, that's not true. That is not
No,
true.
they're
Don't
not
quote
the
me on
only,
that.
but they're not the only,
You're
but
right. They're not the only.
they were actually very good at being able. And you see, it's funny. Going back,
Uh-oh.
what happened? What happened?
You said and I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I remember I told you eventually something's gonna happen. Yeah, but going back to when Skydio first released, and I've still heard this up until the last time Skydio was spoken about. Oh, she's a one-trick pony. And I had said that I looked at this thing and I was like, there's a lot of things about this drone that doesn't make it a one-trick pony. And I've
Mm-hmm.
watched Skydio being able to take this drone and do a total. I mean, for the use case that most people were looking at it and using it
Mm-hmm.
for, and what everyone thought it was for, like that one
Mm-hmm.
trick idea. And I thought that even with that one trick idea, that it could be used for something that a lot of people are not looking at.
Right.
For those guys who are filmmakers and stuff like that, and doesn't have that large budget, they could be out there doing a lot of different things with this.
Mm-hmm.
So to go away from that, I've watched this thing move its way into the inspection
Yes.
part of
I'm
the
glad you're
business,
bringing that up.
and it's found its way in there, and it's like it's advancing and advancing and advancing, and now you see they're doing things like this now, and I'm like, wow, Skydio. But you see, the reason why I didn't I had made jokes about Skydio myself, and I admit that because of the way it was released. You know,
Yeah.
we've all been accustomed to DJI. You know, it's ready to go when we want to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's American companies can't even cater. American company can't even cater to American attitude.
I know, and that's
You
sad.
understand? And that was what the issue was. You know, with most people with Skydio, and then when the reviews came out on Skydio that it didn't fly well
Hey,
with the
Artco.
controller, I think
Yes.
that's what kind of turned that away from it. But Skydio capitalized on an area, well, I shouldn't say an area, but at a time when, you know, due to certain things, that whole Made in America, that whole blue
Mm-hmm.
UAS list, that's when they started to really
To take
ramp
off, right,
things up.
and
You know what I'm
run.
saying to
Yeah.
you? Because they were able to get on that and ride it, and that was a great thing for them. And I had said to you before, and I said, the drones that the ones that everybody is buying is DJI, and maybe they should have tried to find that space and try to get in on that, but they didn't want to. But it's not about DJI, it's about Skydio. But Skydio has found their way to do something that no one expected to happen. And I'm like where they're going. It's just
Well,
that
I did.
they're taking
I'm
their way
glad.
away from being that consumer drone that actually flies well. I mean, because
I'm glad you brought that up, though, because a lot of people don't know Skydio is doing better in the autonomous inspection field than it is in sales in like sports and stuff. I did expect Skydio to be racing down a racetrack behind a dirt bike or doing tricks and stuff like that. We've seen all of that, but the fact that they're in inspections now, people are in inspections and taking inspection orders, actually flying the shelf tops and scanning. We did stories on it of
right,
a
because
warehouse
their
today.
ability, their mapping software that they have now for it is just it's ridiculous. That was the last story that you had, and it was like how you can just tell it what you want to take a picture of, and the
Yep.
software knows what shots it needs to take to get the full image of that area that is taking the picture of. And it's just,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I saw the demonstration for it.
Right. Right. And Skydio is a silent killer. They are advancing. I'm not saying they're
Hey,
going to come
Cole,
up and
what's up,
knock
man?
anyone. I'm not saying they're going to come up and knock anyone out the box. What I'm saying is Skydio
No, they
is
found their
slowly
spot.
making their name in the autonomous market.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think DJI is focusing so hard on autonomy as well? Once they get those sensors down, and they're doing pretty good because the Air 2S, the APAS system for the
Mm-hmm.
Air 2S,
Right,
and
right,
what
right.
I've seen on the Mavic 3, I did the
Well,
same thing you did, Herman, trying to show a person on the beach that
mm-hmm.
it has obstacle avoidance. And the guy was like, "Are you sure?" So the guy, I said, "Look, stand behind me." Okay. And I backed up about 50 feet. And as I came up to the 25-foot marker, which I think it's set for out of the factory,
Mm-hmm.
it started to slowly up and rise up over me. He said, "Oh, you did that. You did that." I said, "No, watch my hand." And I backed it up and I just pushed the throttle forward like that. I took my other hand off the controller and I pushed the throttle forward. And he was like, "Wow, that it really did avoid us." I said, "Yes, it's not trying to hurt itself or you." You know? So as far as autonomy, DJI, Skydio, all of these companies that have these sensors,
Well,
that DJI is putting
mm,
sensors in cars now, right?
well, they're
Supposedly.
working. They're working in that area, but see, it's
Yeah.
not so much. See, everybody
Hey,
talks about
show.
the sensor, and it's not so much the sensor because when you get down to the sensor, who's the guy that's making these sensors? You see, the thing is, when you start digging into things and you look at how they put together things, I tell people all the time, I was like, yo, if you were to strip your Mercedes down next to a Volkswagen, you'll go down to the dealership mad as shit. No, it's the same parts, the same manufacturer through in and throughout that makes all of the parts that go into these cars. You know, but that's not here near here or there. It's the same thing with that. Now, you know, what's that? The video game people, whose processor went into the Skydio?
I didn't know that.
It's how it processes what it's picking up. It's how it's processing what it's picking up.
Yeah, well, these four people that are added onto the Skydio team. Mm-hmm. If they were doing that with what they have now, imagine with this new team of guys joining, these four gentlemen joining this team. I look forward to see where Skydio is going. I want them to stay fully autonomous, because everyone said, what, a fully autonomous drone without a controller? Remember?
Well, see, that's what I said. The original drone had the NVIDIA processor. Mm-hmm. And the thing that the problem I had with the drone after listening to all of the reviews on it is that if you wanted to buy it to fly with the controller, it doesn't fly as well as you think it can with the controller. Yeah,
it flies better autonomously than in human control. And this is where you get scared, because we have what is it? What is that? What is that Terminator's computer that took over the world? Skynet? Yeah. This is where you start giving these devices enough intelligence to avoid people, avoid animals, and just do what the hell you got to do.
Hey, Angie.
Hold on 1 second. I forgot I had something in the freezer.
You forgot you had something in the freezer. Okay. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm back. Yeah. I'm back. But I look forward to seeing
the kitchen.
Huh?
You stream from the kitchen?
No, the freezer's like right here.
No,
it's in the next room, but I'm like on the outskirts of the next room.
Oh, okay.
I just reached through the doorway and got it. Did you thought I stretched to the kitchen and got back that quick?
No, I thought
this isn't a Manhattan apartment. Huh?
No, I thought you were streaming from the kitchen.
Oh no. This is not a Manhattan apartment. In Manhattan, you'd have to do that. Stream from the kitchen / bathroom.
Well, that's tough.
But I you know what? When you hear about an American-made company, we need 10 more Skydio companies here in the United States. They don't have to sell drones, but we need 10 more companies to produce something electronic or something smart enough that people want to buy instead of going overseas to get everything like we do.
Whoa. I would like somebody to make something that's equal to what we like to fly.
Agreed. I agree with you 100%.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand the business side of it.
Good morning, Rob.
Needing to get these government
in Australia
contracts, these government deals. I get it. I understand that. But, you know, talking about American companies building drones, I'd like to see one of them come out and build something that, because even like, a lot of guys believe that, Autel is American, but it's not. It's still Chinese, so.
Yes, it is Asian based here in the United States. And like I said, I would love for there to be another 10 Skydio companies, maybe not all doing drones, maybe some doing drones, some doing in other fields, but we need more companies like that here in the United States if we are going to compete. And we know this. Because right now we're not competing at nothing but being fat bastards.
Well, like I said, as far as the drones are concerned, until you have an American company that's making what these guys like to fly.
True.
Then you're always going to have DJI and Autel selling drones. And Autel has found their way into being able to sell some drones.
True. This is
So
true. Now, Herman, since we've been doing
it wasn't me.
live streams, since we've been doing live streams,
Uh-huh.
every year they have the FAA has their drone symposium.
Yeah.
Well, this year the drone symposium is in Florida, Orlando, Florida. It
Yeah, I
starts
mentioned
on
that last
April.
week.
Huh?
I had mentioned that last week. You got an update, right?
Yes. I have an update and a scheduling and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's the FAA Drone Symposium is April 28th, 2020, this year, of course, 2022, down in Orlando, Florida. So for you people that are down in the Florida area, I don't believe this year they are doing anything virtually. The story didn't say anything about them doing it virtually. They are going to open up full house this year. But
Mm-hmm.
Orange County Convention Center in Orlando on April 28th. There's a link here for open registration. Let me click on that and see if where it redirects me real quick. Attendee registration, government student. All right, here's the registration application. It doesn't say anything about virtual. Like I said, they are going to open up full house. Let me put this in the chat and then I'll go on with the story.
Well, I'll tell
But
you what you can do, not to cut you off or
go
anything, but
ahead.
what you can do for the guys who are not able to make it to this event, they may have, if you keep your ear tuned to YouTube, a lot of times the FAA releases a lot of the the meetings and stuff like that that took place
Yes.
during these events. Or if you go to AU VSI,
They have a lot of information on the
if I
symposium.
got all of the letters in there correct,
Yeah.
you know, you might be able to find some stuff on there. But not to mention them, but that's what's good about this year's symposium, because drone responders, and I it's funny, we didn't even see this coming, and it was right in our face. But New Air took on drone responders earlier this year, or late last year. Or was it, yeah, mid last year somewhere. Yeah.
Towards the end of the year.
Yeah, no, way before that. But because they took them on, and as to help out with being able to get drones into the hands of more agencies in the state of New York. And the work that's going on with New Air up in Utica, in that corridor. And you know what drone responders do. They work with people in search and rescue, first responders.
Yes, first responders.
Police, fire department, people in search and rescue, first responders.
Well,
So, they are part of, who's hosting this event with the FAA for the symposium. So there's going to be a lot of stuff there in that first responders.
and people are going to be there recording also.
Right. And there's going to be other stuff there going on, but if you look at, if you read into what's going on there, it's a lot of those things that they were talking about earlier, late last year, about what's, happening with drone responders, and drone responders have made a lot of other moves too. So, I know, and they're, like I said, they're affiliated with this. So, because the, AU VSI,
right,
they're exponential.
They do cover a lot of news that comes out of the symposium, and the schedule starts at 10:30 in the morning and does not end until 4 p.m. They even have time for a lunch break, which is at 12:20. But some of the stuff they're going to be talking about, I'm not going to go into the opening remarks because we know they always do that. But these are the things that they'll be talking about. And this is the stuff that they're doing. This is a lot of stuff that's going into effect. One of them is supply and demand, innovation in the drone service supplier industry. Another one is going global. Take your drone operations around the world. Then a break for lunch. Messages and learning from the beyond visual line of sight architecture. I don't know what that's about, with Jay Merkel, UAS Integration Office Executive Director. And then they have another one. Now, this is what I would be interested in if it were virtual. Drone integration, where we've been and where we're going. And it has a footnote. Drone integration has accelerated at a rapid pace, largely due to the strong partnerships of all these companies getting ready to do stuff. So I'm concerned about that. It says airspace integration perspectives, challenges and opportunities. And then they have a few other things with this guy, Tim Ariel, acting chief operator officer of the air traffic organization. Then some closing notes, but like Herman said, that AUVSI, if we're saying it right, they cover the symposiums quite thoroughly. And hey, Ray Kelly, what's good? They cover the symposiums really well. So even if you don't see it that day, within a day or two, AUVSI will have a story or a briefing of that part of the symposium.
Well, they're co-hosting this thing because, this exponential is that whole thing with them. And like I said, drone responders. And that's why I said, if you look at what's going to be happening here, this thing here at 120 with Jay Merkel, that's going to be interesting, because going back to what we were talking about, going back, the whole thing about the sensors and stuff like that with we were talking about beyond visual line of sight years ago. When this topic started talking, they were talking about how sensors, cameras and stuff like that had to get better. Look where we are today. Look where we are today. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do, because I remember where we are today, them mentioning in the symposium and integrating UTMs and stuff like that.
No, but I'm saying, if we're here now with the way these drone sensors work now, if we're here in what we're flying, if we're here right now, what about where the guy you get what you pay for? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. You do. You're 100%
so if your
right
car
about
could
that.
drive you across the country, but your drone was having issues with seeing the wall, so you get what you pay for. You see a sensor and the processing, what it can fit, and now technology, is able to do certain things. These things have improved, but I'd like to see what they're doing this and where and the law of the land and how it's going to be playing out. But I see that this whole symposium, the first part of it is just the hype to get you all seasoned and fluffed up and ready to go for it.
To let you know where they're going. To let you know where they're going.
And then they don't really get started in this thing until like after lunch.
When everybody's half asleep.
They get your head going. No, I'm looking at what they have laid out here, but I know that it's going to be they're going to have a lot with like I said, for first responders.
Yes, they are. They're gonna have a pretty large section returning.
Right, and the whole integration of drones into into controlled airspace.
Well, that seems to be the theme.
Yeah, but when they say that, keep in mind, they're not talking about us. We've already been flying in controlled airspace.
Right.
We've already, with Lance and everything like that. The whole integration of drones, they want to be able to do some of the stuff that we've been talking about. No, not the flying pizzas.
Right. So forget about it. You're not getting a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken delivered to your backyard. No, that's not happening. Now, if you need an EpiPen or something like that, there's a better chance you'll get that than a flying pizza. I agree with you on that, Herman. At least in this area. But getting back to what I was about to say, that seems to be the theme of this year's anything drone related, first responders. If you notice, because the launch, which is tomorrow, DJI, is supposed to be geared.
Right, but where is it most necessary? You know, and stuff like that. That's what I think is most necessary. You know, anything that has to do with the drones. You know, as far as being able to save lives, if you have
nice, Ray
the
Kelly,
ability to get those drones in there, yeah.
Very nice, Ray Kelly.
What happened?
Well, getting we don't want to get ahead of the story, but for first responders, but I have a short one shot video. This is a showroom, and from the language, it looks like it's over in Sweden or Germany, somewhere in that area. Maybe you guys will recognize the brand. I've never seen it before, but it's a showroom for awnings. It's a very short and sweet video. Well, very short. I don't know about sweet, but this is the showroom here, and they start outside, and here we go. I'm only not playing the sound because last weekend I played the sound of something and got a stupid copyright claim. But all of these buildings in the background are there. It's nice. They put the opening hours computerized. These are their warehouses in here. The showroom is kind of small, but all of these cubicles, they create these sunrooms, okay, like extensions on the houses, etc. I was watching, and if you notice, they're all different colors. They're lit different. Some of them have skylights. This one has a retractable awning on it. Like I said, nothing major, but the fact that it's a one-shot video, he did get a little close there, but that makes for an exciting shot. I'm assuming. I wouldn't do that purposely, though. And of course, you have the fake grill, but you know, to show that they're emulating some more awning tops that roll out automatically, as you see on the wall and stuff.
They use that grill inside? Wow.
But it came out good. I thought it was nice. I just saw him. I just saw the pilot. That's cool. I was wondering where he was, and I just saw him. And I'll show you. I'll go back to the video and I'll go back to the clip and show you just when it ends where I saw him at.
Where'd you see him?
Yeah, but that's the truck. That's it. It was nice. It looked like a nice commercial. Now getting back to the pilot, right here. Here he is. Dun dun dun. Let's go back a little further. Here, let's just play that real quick.
The guy in the window.
Here he is. This guy in the window right here.
The guy in the window.
Radio in his hand, goggles on. And from what I see, they didn't look like DJI goggles, but he did a very good job. Because some people seem to think the only way you can do this is with DJI equipment. You're quite wrong. And I can see jobs like this, one-shot videos being shot in analog as well, due to the fact...
What kind of goggles?
Due to the fact, and FPV pilots that fly analog could probably attest to this, due to the fact that you have things like helicals that punch through solid objects and punch your signal through the wall and stuff like that. You know, so I mean, DJI seems to be a little more consistent frequency-wise and a lot cleaner. But I do know some people that could pull it off with an analog system. In a small place like he just did, I could probably do that analog.
I got a question for you.
Yes. Hey, quadcopters in tech. What?
What kind of goggles you got?
How many what?
What kind of goggles you got?
I have DJI now. I have analog goggles still. But I have DJI goggles, yes. I did convert to DJI. I did do a little semi-range test today, and I flew half a mile down the beach and half a mile back. There's the link to the video so you guys can watch it with sound. But
If I was DJ, I'd make a killing on those systems.
listen,
I would
listen,
produce them like water.
Herman, I'd like to see what the hell they got planned next. So
So
supposedly
you
there's going to be
guys
a
can make.
a smaller drone.
So you guys can make a ton of drones.
You get pretty good range indoors normally. I've flown through lots of houses only on analog. See, night trainer tell you
Yeah,
right,
I
telling
wouldn't
you
say
right
no.
there.
I'm just saying to you,
Yeah, yes,
that
yes. So
system. Yeah, I would make a ton of them if I was DJ.
they are.
I
They
push them
are.
out there like water.
Oh, and as far as that issue I had with my goggles,
Mm-hmm.
you remember I locked up my goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you don't notice, and they fixed the issue before, but of course I had to run into this problem.
You did, yep.
Those of you don't notice, if you buy the DJI goggles version 2, V2, which I have, there's a way you can brick them.
Do
Now,
tell.
unbeknownst to me,
Do tell.
there's a certain procedure that you would have had to have gone through before getting the latest update. And I had help from Charlie Mafia, who's a drone psych, and we got the issue fixed. And I no longer have that problem. I have the latest version in my goggles now. But they were bricked for, you remember, Herman? I was almost ready to send them back.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only answer to it, I watched the video. The guy did a video and said, if you have the V2s, there's a chance. If you update the latest version, I'm like, I just updated it.
Mm-hmm.
Too late now. But come to find out, the firmware I had did have the answer to the solution. I just never went far enough down on the menu.
Ah, see.
Yeah.
It has a setting that says unbrick.
Pretty much, yeah. It
Oh.
takes you out of that FPV mode that you're locked in, because at the time back then, before the firmware update, to fix it, you had to either hook the goggles up to an FPV bird, and then you could go back to FPV Vista mode, which is what they call it. And then now, since the firmware update, that fixes came in with the goggles. Video was shot in Netherlands. Okay. Thank you, Gary. I didn't even bother to I should have tried translate one of the words. That would have helped. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate that. But anyway,
in the description,
it is official. I did post my first analog. See, I'm still analog. I got to get rid of that word because I still fly analog. I posted my first digital video today on Facebook. I probably won't post any more videos because I don't like those props in the shot. I see why guys use their GoPros and stuff. You can't beat that GoPro camera. And Charlie, Drone Psych, asked me today. I don't know if he wants me to mention this. He asked me today, do I think the camera's as good or better than GoPro? The camera, because I have the Cadex Polar Vista, which is designed for flying at night, like behind me, and low light, like twilight hours. I can honestly say I was happy with the camera because we were flying. It was a little dark, but the camera works great. Now, from what I understand, the Cadex Nebula Pro is 120 frames, gives you a higher frame rate, of course, and is supposed to be the top of the line camera. Until I get that, I cannot concur. But right now, I'm not switching my GoPro for nothing. I'm happy with my GoPro color scheme. I'm happy with GoPro, period. Give me 5 minutes with a low-level video, and I can give you the address. Gary, that sounds like something someone from the government would say.
What?
He says, give me 5 minutes in a low level with a low level video, and I can give you the address. It gets better with the 120 cameras. Okay, Corey. Corey Mano says it gets better with the 120 frame rate cameras. I could imagine, but my thing is,
You're right there, Gary.
what happened?
No, he's out there trying to, I guess, somehow secretly snatch metadata and try to pinpoint people's locations.
Oh, okay.
From their low level
Okay.
videos
Okay.
and photos.
Well, we have a story I want to talk about, but before I talk about it, I'm going to risk getting a copyright strike by playing the video and the audio. I am giving full credit to DJI. For once, DJI is doing something for people out there and basically for everyday heroes. And this is a kind of a bleed on into tomorrow's launch. So what you hear here isn't gospel, but it's pretty close to the direction they're going. The story goes on to say that DJI releases a hailing emergency responders ahead of a new drone event. Now listen to the plain word. DJI releases hailing emergency responders ahead of the new drone event. Tomorrow is the 21st. It's a new drone event. And DJI is paying homage to all of the first responders for everyday heroes. This is themed. The 70, what?
They use their equipment?
Oh, I don't. The 70-second video is geared, entitled For Everyday Heroes. It's the March 16th teaser of a new drone unveiling. The fact that the announcement came from DJI seems to speculate that what they will be releasing, they've leaked photos of spindly armed, a boxy body, and the craft could be anything from a new M400 RTK to a M30. All right. Now they want you to keep in mind, what's up? They wanted you to keep in mind, it is not a replacement for the DJI Matrix 300, but will be aimed specifically, this drone that they are leaking or coming out with will be specifically geared toward first responders. Now I'm going to play the video and then I'm going to give my own personal opinion and or what I see in the video and what I don't see afterwards, because DJI has shown,
Hey, Roger, play it, Sam.
DJI, has a way of playing with people. Now, this is totally split screen. Like I said, I'm going to play the whole video with sound. It's only a minute and change. They give me a copyright, so what?
Like you're on your own.
What does it say on the back of his jacket?
You are ready to act at any moment. When the going gets tough and the stakes are high, when Earth's volatile nature rears its head, these are the people who rise to the occasion.
I'm not flying my drone in that.
Ultimately, they're just like you and I. None of us are born strong. And finding inner strength doesn't happen overnight. We are proud to make the tools that these everyday heroes rely on. But we know that ultimately, our tools rely on the people who know how to use them. People who are ready, now and always, to protect you.
Okay, I'm just going to the point that I want to see right here. Hold on.
People who are determined to face any challenge.
Okay, I stop it right there. Now, I don't know what drone this is here. Okay. And this is a Matrice. Four prop. I'm not familiar with the Matrice series. They have a four prop, the M400, right? Okay. I'm looking at this now. You have obstacle avoidance. FPV camera for flying straight, as well as your third person view camera. And I'm looking at these. I'm guessing those are lasers for focusing or whatever. But kudos to DJI for trying to show us what or what direction they're headed as far as in the drone community. This video was specifically geared towards first responders.
Well, Matrice has been
world.
around for quite some time now.
Yes, and the story also points out that DJI is the #1 brand when law enforcement, everyday heroes, search and rescue, they need a drone. DJI is the drone to go to. So I guess this was their way of giving a tribute to them and kind of, I guess, leaking almost what may be coming out. Like I said, tomorrow's the 21st. No one knows what the hell's coming out, but I speculate it's an M30.
Well, everybody has an idea that it's going to be what we saw in that picture. It's just funny that that's all we saw so far.
Mm-hmm. And no, well, they did. The DJI is getting slick now. They're no longer releasing the FCC records of a drone. Remember how they used to release that, and then the drone would pop up?
It's probably around.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure people are probably searching because, excuse me, that FCC certification or FCC filing will tell us literally what it is that they're coming out with. So the fact that they're not leaking it, I'm not surprised at all. But kudos to DJI for showing mad love and respect to the first responders of the world. I like the story specifically due to the fact that it's true. They are the world leader DJI is the world leader in search and rescue drones on the prosumer level. Okay, I know and I say that because there's a lot of consumers out there that also use their drones, Mavic Pros and whatever drones they have for search and rescue as well. But on the prosumer level, DJI is kicking ass as far as that. Hey, Roger, I'm sorry. What's going on? Hope everyone's well. Happy Sunday. It's a new week.
Guess what, Lawrence?
Tomorrow. Oh, Scott, I tried the pina colada thingy.
Guess what, Lawrence?
Sweet. But okay.
Guess what, Lawrence?
What's that?
The FAA has approved Javi to go ahead on the development on the taxi.
Oh, get out.
Taxi.
Oh, get out. Okay. That's good news to hear. I didn't hear about that. And it's strange because some stories, hold on, I have to mute for a second.
Well, yeah, they did. They have gotten the, I guess the head nod. Go ahead. Go on and get it.
What happened?
I said, I guess they got the head nod. Go ahead. Go on and get it. Start working.
Good. That's good. Javi is working here in the United States, and they're on the West Coast. AZ
Javi,
Drone,
Joby, whatever, how you ever pronounce it.
Javi, tomato. Yeah. They are working out of a corridor here in the United States on the West Coast. And from what I understand, Windjumby, how are you? FPV, happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the live stream. You know, I forgot to do that with the markers, Herman.
What? Oh,
I'll have to do that next week. Corey Mano, I'm still looking into that OBS stuff that we discussed. I just want to let you know I didn't forget about you. I'm just let's put it this way. I'm so frazzled that I thought I was leaving for Florida next week, and I'm disappointed to find out I got another week to go through. Yeah. Did you know what someone told me? That means you want to get the hell out of here.
Just one more.
Yeah, one more week. I know, man. But damn. Jay Miller, FPV, what's good, man? Hope all is well. For those of you guys out there that haven't heard, I have gone digital today.
Really?
I have
How
gone digital
did you
today.
go?
What happened?
How digital did you go?
I'm about to show you guys right now. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm setting it up now. I'm trying to set it up now. But this was my first digital flight. For those of you who have not seen it on Facebook, you probably will, but this was the first flight. This I had already flown half a mile. I used those guys as the half-mile marker because they would start fishing. Now, if I pause the video, which I can't do, me, see this building right here? Me, Drone Bum, and Drone Psych are down there.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I need to be able to trust the technology of the digital signal.
Mm-hmm.
And they were telling me about pixelization and stuff like that. So the only way to test it out was to take it down the beach a little.
How far down is a little?
So that's what I did. But this is straight out of the goggles. There's no color editing or anything. So,
No, that's not too bad. No, not at all.
huh?
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Compared to flying analog, dude, it's like going from a 13-inch TV to IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me when I tell you.
Oh no, I know. I've seen.
All right, that's
I've heard the
it.
terminology.
What happened?
I've seen and I've heard.
Heard what?
I've seen and I've heard the terminology before.
Oh. Yeah, it's
You could see when I've seen the view from inside of the goggles and comparing the difference.
Gary says if I leave now, I might be able to walk there.
Walk where?
To Florida. Hey, Lance, Kadena,
Oh.
how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming in, Lance. We appreciate you and everybody else who has come. We're almost out of here in about. We're out of here
Gary,
in
you
about
know what, Gary?
13 minutes. So.
Put like, a couple of pairs of shoes or something in there. And wear lightweight boots if you can.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Put like a change of shoes and like wear a pair of lightweight boots for walking.
Okay. And that's, I don't want to delete that shortcut, but I do want to
because if you put on lightweight boots, his knees and stuff won't get as tired as quick.
Hold on a sec, Herman. How did you find the stream, Lance? We're always interested in knowing how people can't come to find us. Where are you located? I was talking with you in a prior video, last week's video, when we had Ollie on. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. Might try a little fly a little. Jay Miller, I hope you do get a chance to fly. I got to fly a little bit today. I'm very happy. I maiden voyaged my DJI goggles and the Polar Vista unit that I installed all by myself, Herman. And you want to know. But you want to know what's funny?
No.
This is crazy.
What?
The Vista unit that I installed into my analog bird, once I took out my analog VTX and my analog camera, it was so simple. 4 wires and a click of a switch in beta flight. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, four. Okay, we Lance, all right. We have a few listeners from the West Coast over there, and we have a few. Well, we have Ollie, of course, in Hawaii, and we have a few people in Washington State as well. Lance says he's from the Seattle area, and he heard from us through Facebook. Okay, well, we appreciate you coming in. Don't Herman, type into the stream so you can click on your channel and add you. Lance, before I know you're getting ready to go, but we're almost done with the stream too. But Wednesday nights, Phantom Flight 101 does a live stream. Also, it's pretty much the same format, drone news and stuff. He does the weekly version of the weekend show. just south of Seattle, Federal Way. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's what's up. We appreciate you coming in. I hope we've made a new listener to the live stream. We try to talk a little bit of drone news and drone tech. Sometimes we go squirrel, sometimes we don't. We do have guests on, but
Why you
click
gonna
on.
lie to the man? We go squirrel all the damn time.
Gee, thanks. But click add, go to Phantom Flight 101's page and please support his channel. He does a show every Wednesday. I do a show every Sunday. If I provided I'm around. In 2 weeks from today, I will not be doing a live stream because I will be coming back from the Florida meetup.
We'll
All
be
right,
in
we love
Florida.
you. Appreciate you too, Lance. Seriously, man.
We'll
Thank you
be
so
in
much.
Florida that Sunday.
What happened?
We'll be still in Florida that Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, I'm not doing a live stream. I'm just letting you guys know. Drone Bum, Paulie, if you and Charlie want to come out next weekend and we can hit up that spot along the beach, I would love to do a sunrise. In fact, Paulie, I want to show Paul one of the sunrise pictures really quick of hold on, I gotta pull a picture up first or else you guys can't see it. One of the sunrise pictures of
he took?
No, that I took from the same spot where we were.
Okay.
And it's right here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here we go. Check this out, Paulie. This is around the same time. This would have been around the same time that we were in the park. Right there. So if you want to catch the sunlight, this is because of the time of the year. In the summer, Paulie, the sun actually comes up in the area of the bridge in this access right here. But these are those buildings that were behind us when we were flying today, Paul. So if you want to come out next weekend and we catch that early morning sunrise, I'm definitely down. Let me know.
Okay.
That's basically it. Anything you want to say, man? We got about 8 minutes left. We can dilly-dally around.
Well, no, you know what?
We'll go live Sunday night when you're off. You could do that. I don't care. We don't own the internet. I'd love for you guys to do that. I really appreciate Ray Kelly. I really appreciate you guys. I mean, those guys, Herman and Lawrence, coming to the South Florida drone meetup. Well,
Ray, you know Kelly, what, Ray? I've been trying to talk to you. You don't get in touch with me. I don't know what's going on. Your people don't call my people. We haven't spoke any time but other than on these live streams. I've been trying to get you to talk to me. I don't know what's going on. But we coming down there. We're going to shoot the whole meetup.
Yes, we are going to record from.
No, I don't mean like New York style.
Not New York style.
We're coming down to the video.
Yes, yes, we have to cover that. We definitely. Thank you, man. Thank you, Lance, very much. I will actually. I'm going to. I don't even know if you have content on your page, but I'm going to support your channel right now. I can pull up your. I don't even know. He may have no content on his page, but we'll find out. Hold on. I'm going to Lance's page. He has content, little ballet, some vlogging stuff. I see him studio work, drone work. Okay. I am a supporter of your channel. Thank you so much. We appreciate you very much. And we hope to see you here a lot more. Fly Guy Merrill, what's up, man?
Ray, Captain Ray, I'm gonna hit you up in with a message. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yes, Ray Kelly. Herman needs to know. All jokes aside, Herman needs to speak to you before we get down there. We're just trying to plan something. It's nothing. Florida will be honored with your presence. Ray, stop it. Stop. Take the butter off the knife, Ray. I'm not a roll. You don't have to butter me up. No. No, Ray, you know we love you, man. We look. I'm looking forward. In fact, Ray, I so want to get the hell out of New York that I was
Mhm.
telling Drone Bum and Drone Psych today, I can't fly with you guys next week because next week I'll be down in Florida. And then Herman goes, we got a whole 2 weeks, right? And the plane crashed and burned into the. That's the sound effect I need.
Well,
It crashed and
technically,
burned. You know that explosion. I need that for a sound effect.
you
Definitely. I'm gonna have that.
what's funny about that?
What's up, Fly Zone Drone? What
How Ken
happened?
Herron has the thing with the $6 million man. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. You know the part where in the
Oh, when
beginning
he's running?
when he's crashing
Oh, she's
when the
breaking up. She's
cat
breaking up.
yeah
Yeah.
for that for the GoPro Karma.
Uh-huh. Yeah, anytime he shows anything with the GoPro camera, he plays that. Wow. All the live streams, I finally got a commercial. LOL. It wasn't me. Yes, it
Hmm.
was.
Right, sure it was.
I I apologize, Fly Guy Merle. They do say they're on some new thing here.
Hmm.
They've unfortunately, because
Right,
I don't receive super chats like Ken Herron does. They give us
right.
the option to try and monitor, make money in another way, which is really pennies off of pennies. I can't even say pennies off the dollar with YouTube, but they allow us to insert a commercial. So I figured I'd put it there and see what's up. But anyway, you got anything you want to say, Herman, before we get out of here?
Well, just that we'll be back again on Wednesday. You know, everything remaining the same, but we'll have some new and interesting stuff to talk about.
Yes, yes. And hopefully
And
in this week coming up, I'll have some new FPV footage because
and
I've
hopefully some
decided,
new guys to come and hang out in the chat.
yes, yes, yes. We invite some people. The drone bum, I blame, that was me. I blame myself. I want to put one every half hour, but I barely remember when to put one.
Mm-mm.
But hopefully this week I'll be able to get some more digital footage, get some more experience in. But you know what? I might put everything away and leave it for Florida and just fly analog because I'll be pissed. I smash my shit up before I go down to Florida. I would be so pissed, yo. I get down there, everyone's like, yo, where's the digital bird? I wrecked it this week. No, no, that's not going to happen. But anyway, let's get the hell out of here. Later, JSK. We appreciate you. We
All right,
appreciate
so
you for coming and checking us out. Don't forget to check out Herman on Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the same time we start here. And with that, be safe and fly safer. Anything you want to say, Herman?
good night, everyone. And I'll see you
All
Wednesday.
right, Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those
Those Guys.
guys.
Good night, everyone. All right, we're off.